A long, long time ago, somewhere in the Nordic Sea, sat a man by a tree. He was sitting on this wooden desk in front of a church wedding, overseeing the sea. He had winter white hair, blood-freckled eyes, way-worn. His skin was weather-torn, and the clothes he wore were ragged and threadbare. He saw three young men approach. He quickly went and grasped one of their hands and tried to stop him at the door. With his hypnotic eyes, he tried to contain the attention of this young lad. But the young lad just wanted to go celebrate. He wanted to be a part of the wedding, and he tried to pry himself from this grizzled old mariner's grip. And the mariner began telling his story in his weak and fragile voice. A very good afternoon to you, Mr. Chairperson, and to all of you, my dear friends. This is my salvation story. Our ship set sail, left the port towards Antarctica to escape a tumultuous storm. But instead, we got caught up in this hazy, misty, icy field. The ice was here. The ice was there. The ice was everywhere. It cracked and growled and roared and howled and put the men in despair. Suddenly an albatross came flying along and guided our ship through the mist. But I, not knowing what I was doing, picked up my crossbow and shot the bird down. Now the sun rose to our right, hid in mist all day, and set behind the sea to our left. And suddenly it became very hot. There was water everywhere, as far as the eye could see. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. It seemed the ship was haunted. We suddenly saw slimy sea monsters and creatures appear on the deck of the ship. It was him, that old man there. It was him, yelled one of his crewmates. He led upon us this bad omen. The crewmates decided to hang the albatross around the mariner's neck to remind him of his mistake. By now, their throats were dry and their black lips baked. Everyone was dying of thirst. And the old mariner spots the ship afar, and he tried to yell, but his throat was too dry. He quickly bit his arm and sucked his blood and yelled, "A sail, a sail!" But frighteningly, it was a ghost ship, piloted by two ghosts, death and life in death. Everyone on the boat dies. "Wait, what? You're telling me you're a ghost?" said the wedding guest in a state of shock, with his hand still being held by the mariner. "I wish I were," replied the mariner. "I was the only one who survived. I unconsciously blessed those slimy creatures, and the albatross around my neck fell down into the sea. And it was then I realized the curse upon me was lifted." And then came the time when lightning struck the ship's mast. I was blinded for a second. I did not know what to do. As I recovered, wiped my eyes, cleared my face, I saw my men up and about, strolling and manning their positions on the deck. I heard a voice in my head which told me angels had come down from heaven into the bodies of my crewmates to help ship steer towards the shore. But the voice also told me that I still have a lot of penance to do for killing the albatross. This is the urge I feel, this uncontrollable urge to tell my story to everyone I meet. This is why I stopped you. The mariner stands up, looks straight into the eyes of the wedding guest and tells him, there is only one thing I can never learn enough about, and that is to love other people and other things equally. The mariner loosens his grip on the young man and walks away. Now the wedding guest does not feel like celebrating anymore. After hearing this story, he just walks home and gets up the next day, a sadder but a wiser man. So this was a summary of the poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel L. Coleridge, written in 1797. So go ahead and read this poem to understand the lovely moral in the end of about how one should try and love everything equally, and to truly appreciate how powerful literature can be through poetry. Back to you, Mr. Chairperson.